Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alex, and I have some shit I need to explain properly here. I've made a boo boo, everyone. I recently, if you don't know, I recently made a top 5 video of the worst things that happened in 2014, and number 2, I had as Ferguson, the shooting. And I, without realizing, you can believe that or not, you can believe whatever the hell you want. I phrased it in a very strange way that was vague and about a larger issue than just Ferguson in of itself. So I phrased it in such a way where I kept using the word innocent a lot. I kept saying innocent unarmed black people. I said it one or two times, and it makes it sound like I'm saying that Michael Brown he was completely innocent. He had he was just shot down for no reason at all, but obviously the story is he's been suspected as being involved in a robbery and for going for the officer. So it's a very complicated and bad situation, and it's quite blurry as to what has actually happened, and I'm struggling to actually find any actual proof anywhere that doesn't just say suspect or anything like that. But it seems quite likely that he was involved in some sort of crime which led to him maybe going for the officer, so the officer shot him down in defense. And the whole thing has just become this uncontrollable, terrible situation that's diluted what the real point here should be about. I saw a few people claiming that I was twisting the words and the way I phrased it in such a way to support some kind of political agenda that I have, but that really isn't the case. I'm going to tell you the truth. I fucking recorded and wrote this thing after going to sleep at 4 a.m. on New Year's Day, which was obviously, in hindsight, not a clever thing to do at all. So I edit it. I don't even think about it. I put the video up, and then I start seeing people reacting in this way, and I'm like, wait a minute, is it? Then I go back to the file where I wrote the script, and I start reading through it, and I'm like, oh shit. Why did I do that? So what I was trying to sort of convey with the Ferguson thing, I said it was the straw that broke the camel's back. As in, I felt like it was the event that's actually started bringing some attention to this huge problem that is going on of black people being just treated really unfairly by the police. I mean, I'm very, very disconnected from this whole ordeal being a white English dude who doesn't have to worry about any of this sort of thing. And part of the controversy behind this whole thing was how slowly the rate of information about the whole event, how slowly it was coming out. So I guess I just sort of I somehow completely glossed over that fact. Do I think he should have been shot dead for going for the dude? Well, mate, it's such a difficult thing to try and you have to put yourself in both the shoes, you know? Like, if you were the officer, what really are you going to do? Like, if you're being attacked and you have a weapon and it will be just you'd be on edge, the adrenaline will be flowing, it would all go so quickly, it's an impossible situation it's easy to talk about in hindsight and to really think about after the fact, but when you're in the moment, anything can happen. I mean, it's such a difficult situation. Like I'm trying to imagine how this all went down. Like the dynamic of the actual situation of where the actual shooting took place. I don't have any. I can't really picture the way it went down. Like because the framing of it, where one was standing, where the other guy was standing, it all makes a huge difference. And the way it was, it's such a. I really don't know really what to say about it because when it's in defense and you're being straight up attacked, it does change what's going on. If it was more like he was a few meters away from him and he started running, maybe he didn't have to fatally wound him. Maybe they had training or something to sort of, hit him in the leg or something. I really, really don't know. I'm finding it difficult to actually find proper documentation of what happened at the event because I can't really make a really strong opinion either way with knowing nothing. I'm so detached from the whole situation. So then you might be asking, so why did you even mention it at all? Because it was big news. I didn't know about the whole thing going on. It was quite it was everywhere, but it wasn't about the actual event itself, the shooting itself, but more about the riots and everyone going crazy over it, which of course is totally uncalled for. Looting and all this sort of thing, it detracts from the whole point and what everyone should be focusing on. Michael Brown's dad himself came out with the video of him saying, look, these riots and all this unrest and violence, what is it doing? How is this helping the cause? It's detracting from the cause. If we could just be civil and sit down and talk about it, then maybe something proactive could be done, and change might actually be allowed to happen. And what I was meaning in the more general sense about the justice system and all this and all that, and innocent people being killed, what I mean is, if you just Google like black man killed by police, every week, just there's a new story. That I was just reading one of a 12-year-old kid, a black kid who had like an airsoft fake gun, who was shot by an officer just because he was holding it, I guess. So they just thought he had a gun. And then there was another one where this father of 4, I think, they mistook, he was holding some pills, a bottle of pills, and another policeman thought that was a gun as well, so he got shot to death. It's this ongoing struggle and tension that needs to be addressed. Like, I don't know if they're actually implementing this or not, but like, putting the cameras on all the officers and stuff, so we actually have a way to reprimand and deal when these happen. Because these policemen that do kill these innocent people, they do need to be punished for it with the justice system, which I don't think it's really applying to every single. I mean, I'm such a I'm just not the person to be talking about this. I'm the asshole who should be talking about movies and stuff that doesn't matter. When you get into all this politics and all these race issues and things, I am so detached from it. I am not the person to. I should have phrased it differently. It's sort of, I quickly wrote it in a way to just support this loose idea about, because I'm always hearing about all these stories, and I just wanted to make it a bit more clear that I'm not. I don't know what I might have come across to you, but hopefully this clears it up a little bit. Because if you have any questions about the way I phrased it, and maybe something I just missed out in this poorly put together covering of my ass in that video thing, if you do know more information, I'd actually be curious to know how maybe it has been proven how it did go down. Like, I'm looking on Wikipedia and all these news stories, and it's like one sentence descriptions of what actually happened. Like, it's suspected of this, maybe this. It's been theorized that a policeman let a dog pee on this grave thing out of flowers, like, for Michael Brown. And it's like, well, what's happening here, So, I mean, so yeah, just try and clarify just something for me here. And yeah, I'm repeating myself now. So as always, thanks for watching. I feel really serious and upset now. Thanks, 2014. Cock. All comments and ratings are very much appreciated. Make sure you leave suggestions for future job labs and tell me about what everything's going on. I'll see you next time. Bye. What are your thoughts on Halo the Master Chief Collection? Oh, the Master Chief Collection. You made my heart soar when you were announced. I couldn't believe you were a thing that existed. It couldn't be possible. And I'm afraid it kind of was too good to be true in the end, because once the game was there on my console, preloaded, ready to go, it didn't work. And still to this day doesn't really work.